In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. So begins the creation story, probably some of the most recognizable words in all the Bible. And in that simple beginning, the Bible tells the story of how God created this world. The first plants, the first animals, and the first people. As you read through, it's organized here in chapter 1. You'll notice something. In the first 3 days, God creates spaces. From the very beginning, God is speaking. He speaks a word. And by the way, can we note that God's word is so powerful? When he says it, the very thing that he speaks leaps into existence. So he says a word, light. Boom, there is light. He says that there will be a sky. There's a separation between this water vapor, and it is. And all through the story of creation, God speaks, and his created work leaps into existence. But not so when he creates people. Look at verse 26. Then God said, "Let us make man in our image. According to our likeness, let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, birds of the air, over the cattle, over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps on the earth." So, verse 27, God created man in his own image. In the image of God he created him, male and female he created them. And then God blessed them and said to them, "Be fruitful and multiply, fill the earth and subdue it. Have dominion over the fish of the sea, the birds of the air, and over every living thing that moves on the earth." Now, as you read through chapter 1, it would appear that God creates everything just by the power of his will and his powerful voice. He speaks it and it leaps into existence. But you're going to find in chapter 2 that when God makes human beings, it gets much more personal, even intimate. The God of creation who has unlimited power and speaks, and whatever he speaks immediately bursts into existence. This same God takes his time when it comes to people. That's you and me. He takes his time, and he actually takes his own hands. He takes dirt from the ground, clay, fashions that into the shape of our first parents. In this case, the shape of Adam. Forms him out of the dust of the ground, breathes into him. We're getting ahead of ourselves because that'll be in chapter 2. But watch the progression here in chapter 1. Notice how much care and attention God gives to his creation. And then at the end, God says to this first couple that he's created, "I've given you a beautiful garden home. I've given you beautiful food to eat. I've given you a kingdom, and you are the king and queen of this kingdom." Look at verse 31. "And then God saw everything that he had made, and indeed it was very good." All through the creation story, God says it's good. Now, at the conclusion of all that he has created, it's very good. This is a perfect world. So watch for those points as you read through Genesis chapter 1.